Hello everyone, welcome back to Chemistry Guru. Myself Prateek Rana. Today I am going to discuss about a substance which we use in our everyday life. Also, this substance is used as a major raw material in many of the chemical industries. Yes, I am talking about sodium chloride, NaCl, which is also known as by the name of common salt. In this video, we would also discuss the chlor-alkali process. So let's begin with the video now. Common salt is the most common type of salt which we use in our everyday life. Right? It is also known. Now, common salt हम daily use में लाते हैं अपने and it is also known as table salt as I said. अब ये solid form में we would learn this topic later when I will discuss about the solid states. Okay. So I'll take up this topic. Formula for sodium chloride is NaCl. NaCl in its aqueous form, when we combine NaCl with water, it gives two. One is Na positive and another is Cl negative. And if you see here, sodium is acting as an electron donor and chlorine is acting as an electron acceptor. Sodium having a positive sign and chlorine has a negative sign on it. Now let us some important uses of sodium chloride. We have already discussed that it is one of the largest raw material used by the chemical industries. Salt is used in flavoring, we all know this, in preserving food. It is also used in dyeing, bleaching, in the production of soap, in the production of chlorine. In this video, we would also discuss that how this one substance NaCl is used for making different. Now the next topic is brine. So what is brine solution? Actually the aqueous solution of sodium chloride and water is what we call a brine solution. For it is brine solution. Now what is the general use of brine solution? The brine is used in electrolysis involving an electric current to bring about a chemical change and for the production of new substances. So new substances are formed as a product for electrolysis. Now we would discuss first what we basically meant by this process, electrolysis. So we are going to start and then we will move to the next topics. So what is electrolysis basically? The of electrolysis is carried out in an electrolytic and the apparatus, it consists of two electrodes. One is positive and another is negative. These two are held apart and dipped into a solution which is containing positively and negatively charged ions. So this solution contains both the ions, positive as well as negatively charged ions. Now consist of the brine solution, right, having both the negatively and positively charged ions in it. I have two electrodes here, one is anode, one electrode is anode and another is cathode. Okay, so anode here is negatively charged and cathode, two electrodes, one is negatively charged, another is positively charged. So anode is negative and cathode is positive. The reaction at anode is oxidation and at cathode it is. Now what is anode and cathode basically? We have just now discussed that these two are electrodes which are dipped in this aqueous solution, right? So anode is the electrode where the electricity is moving in. So it is moving in from outside. So from anode the electricity is moving in. You can see the flow of electrons over here. The flow of electrons is from anode to cathode. So the flow of electrons is from anode to cathode. And cathode is the electrode from where the electricity is given out. So from cathode the electricity is flows out or it is given out and at anode it is moving in, right? So basically the flow of electrons is from anode to cathode. Okay, and if I talk about the chemical reactions which are happening here, the oxidation and reduction. So oxidation, it gives Z plus 1 electron. Okay, so this is basically what at anode this is happening, right? This is oxidation, that Y positive combines with 1 electron to give Y, right? So this is reduction, how reduction is happening, and I'm taking two random ions. I'm taking Z, and what would be the overall reaction in an electrolytic cell, how it is going to be? In an electrolytic cell, the complete reaction would be Z negative combines with Y positive to give Z plus Y. Okay, so this would going to be the overall reaction. Okay, just combine the first two reactions, you will get this reaction. This is the overall reaction. So these are the chemical reactions which are involved in the electrolysis process, and this is the complete electrolysis process. Okay, you need to understand that how reactions are happening at anode and at cathode, and how the complete flow of electrons is there, from where the electricity is going in and from where the electricity is coming out. Okay, so these are few basic important things regularly, right? Now the next topic is the chlor-alkali process. Now what is chlor-alkali process? Let us discuss this. So when the electricity is passed through the aqueous solution, we have discussed in the electrolysis that when electricity is passed through aqueous solution of sodium chloride called brine, it decomposes to form sodium hydroxide. So and how we are getting the products. Okay, the process is called chlor-alkali process. Now there is a logic behind that why it is called chlor-alkali process. Chlor basically stands for chlorine. It is used here because of chlorine, which is formed as one of the products. So we can see here that NaCl is combining with water, and when we are passing the electricity, it decomposes to give sodium hydroxide, chlorine released as gas. And alkali we are using because sodium hydroxide is also produced as one of. So this is the chemical reaction. Chlorine is given off at the anode and hydrogen at cathode. So these two gases, this is at anode and this is at cathode. Anode is negatively charged, cathode is positively charged. And sodium hydro. Now this chemical reaction is very much important. This process is very much important. Reason being, all three formed here in this process are very. So now we would discuss the uses of the products which are formed here. So see this figure. So you can see we have used this raw material NaCl, common salt, in the beginning, and we are discussing one of the product which is formed, which is sodium hydroxide. As a part of chlor-alkali process, three products are formed. One is this alkali sodium hydroxide, chlorine is formed, and hydrogen gas is also formed, right? So these two gases are evolved and one alkali is formed. Because this, so you can see over here it is clearly mentioned that it is formed at cathode, this one is at anode. So hydrogen is used as and ammonia to produce that, in which is used as a fertilizer, right? Chlorine is used in water treatment, swimming pools, PVC, CFCs, pesticides, etc. These are few major uses of chlorine. In degreasing metals, in soap and detergent production, paper making, artificial fiber, etc. So these all are major uses of sodium hydroxide. Now these two products which are formed here, Cl, which is hydrochloric acid. It is used in cleaning steel, ammonium chloride, medicines, cosmetics, etc. So these are some major uses of HCl. And bleach. Bleach is used for the household bleaches that we use in our everyday life. So these are some of the major uses of the products which are formed in this chloralkali process, right? So I hope all the topics are clear now. So I'll just give you a quick overview what we have discussed in this video. We have talked about common salt NaCl. We have discussed about the brine solution. We have discussed the concept of electrolysis. Now in my coming video we would be discussing some more which can be formed from this one substance, one raw material, NaCl. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and press the bell icon.